Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. In this video, I've got quite a number of updates to give you on the market and on a lot of the protocols that we've been farming for airdrops or getting into IDOs. So let's get into it. But before we do, as always, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm just a guy on YouTube. And as always, make sure you follow me on all my socials. Check me out at the Brown Gent YT on Twitter. On to bank, check out my on-chain wallet. And if you're interested in joining the Web3 Secret Society or scheduling a video call, the links to all of that are in the description below. Now, on a great note, the market has had a very positive Monday. We've seen quite a rally. At the high point, we were up around $3,000 on Bitcoin, about $100 on ETH, about $7 to $8 on Sol. So very, very good. As you can see here, very good green candle. And it just goes to show what I was talking about this weekend, which is honestly the risk to reward of being in the market versus not right now. It's just there's so little downside compared to the upside that exists. And honestly, it's just not worth trying to time an extra few percent points and you might miss out on the entire move. And for that reason, I posted this on Twitter earlier today. But if we take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet, I truly believe we are in this area between disbelief and hope, where anytime there is a rally, literally everyone will say, well, I don't really think it's going to last. I think it's going to go short. I think whatever gains we make up are going to go tomorrow. And honestly, that could still happen, but the chances of it happening are obviously not that great. And eventually it will stop and we will see that incredible hated rally. I hear a lot of people talking to me about, oh, but everyone expects a rally. Actually, no, most people don't. Most people are very negative about the market. The sentiment is so much worse than exactly a year ago at this time, and we were 1/4 or 1/3 the price in Bitcoin. So I just wanted to reemphasize this. Just keep your heads up, guys. When we're all celebrating a year from now, you're going to forget about all the hard times, about the times when crypto was sort of icky. Now, the first update I want to give you is on my favorite EVM wallet, Rabby wallet. So as you know, Rabby wallet's my selected choice over MetaMask, just way more advanced, way better features, better security. And today they're taking that one step further by simplifying gas payments. So like, for example, if you've ever used multiple different chains and you've had to bridge gas, you can say, you know how annoying that is. What they have done now is they've made it so you can deposit USDT or USDC directly into your Rabby L2, and they will basically use that to pay gas fees for the addresses on any network, which is incredible. So I've included this right here. You can see how it works. You literally, all you have to do is toggle between gas and the dollar sign, and it will literally let you pay that way. I believe they did the calculations. It's only a small increase in price, fractions of a penny. Obviously, I have not tried this out on big transactions, so it will be interesting to see how much it changes if I'm paying a $2 ETH mainnet fee versus what Rabby would charge me. So that's still up for debate, but I think it's a very good option and obviously something to definitely consider. Another massive update is our KRC-20 mainnet is coming next Sunday, or this Sunday. This is incredible news. As you guys probably remember, Kaspa has been pumping. It's been one of my high conviction plays, and they had a bunch of bugs that happened during their launch, caused them to backtrack, pause the launch. We couldn't mint our KRC-20 tokens. If you look on the channel, I made a preliminary guide on how to do it, but then it was pointless because we couldn't do it. Well, this Sunday, you'll be able to. Now, If you're like, what is KRC-20 and you want a full guide, I'm actually going to be doing a special session with the Web3 Secret Society. So that's another perk for joining. We're going to have a very closed door session on exactly how to get the right tokens, how to set ourselves up. We're doing this on Friday, and obviously it'll be recorded. The next update is on NX Finance. So I have two updates here. The first is, well, the snapshot one for season 1 has been taken. However, season 2 has started, and basically all pre-season 2 points are transferred to season 2. If you lend or use leverage, you got 1 point. I believe that's much lower than it was before. And now Team, Backpack, and Mad Lad boost will stay active. And if you are an NX bullish member, you get a 30% boost. If you are top 300 in the leaderboard, you get a 20% boost for 2 weeks. So it's whatever. As you guys know, we went over tokenomics and the revenue share. What was very disappointing was I was in a meeting this morning and I got DM'd that basically NX Finance, after saying they would do their token generation on the 9th, we never got a time, and they just decided to arbitrarily just decide on a time and launch it. So what happened was whoever was online at the time basically saw the writing on the wall and dumped their tokens right away. And those of us who obviously had no idea and were like 10, 20 minutes late, we looked at a chart that looked exactly like this. Absolutely disgusting. Basically, if you got in on the IDO, you lost 80% of your money. Like, you literally had no chance if you didn't get in on the initial candle, but you wouldn't have known because the team made a deliberate decision not to announce it. They just basically said, hey, surprise, it's up. And I don't want to sound like a cynic, but I know about how a lot of these teams operate. I would not be surprised if this was a decision that they could basically tell people that they know other investors in the project, obviously not seed fund or seed capital raises, but those who have been partnering with them, who may have gotten in on the whitelist or the public sale, just told them, hey, you know what? If you want to sell, we're going to go live at this time. I know projects aren't above sharing that. A lot of projects do that. We know this happens with EigenLayer. We know this happens with Layer 0. We know this happens with ZK Sync, and I believe it was ZK Finance, or no, sorry, not ZK Finance, Polyhedra. So all these teams are confirmed to have shared insider information, and obviously this is the best way for them to do it without getting in trouble. Otherwise, I can't understand why they would just literally not say, hey, this date, this time we're going live. Just surprise, it's live. And then if you knew about it, you sold. If you didn't, it took you some time and you lost 80% of your bag. This was $1,000 loss for me. So kind of sucks, but hey, lesson learned. I got in on the whitelist, and the whitelist had sold out in 2 minutes. I had first put in a couple sold, saw it like filled to 75%. So I put another like 6 or 7 sold more in. We had a total of 26 sold raised for this, got 18.18K. As you know, as I also told you guys strategically, watch the public round. If it did not come close to filling, don't even get into it. Don't know if people watch this video or watch that video or just weren't interested. But basically, it was a confluence of factors, especially with the market nuking for 2 days straight, 1 day covering that, and basically saying, you know what, there was no point in being highly speculative on an IDO. And guess what? The token completely dumped. And now the token owners in the team are saying, don't worry, we're here for the long term. But, there are just ways you can really turn people off. And for me, I'm completely turned off from NX Finance, the way they handled it. Speaking of IDOs, here's another IDO, Yaka Finance. As you know, we've been farming the Yaka Finance testnet for what seems like 9 months now. We farmed the Great Voyage last month for the full 30 days. And they have their IDO starting, I believe, it's September 20th. Yeah. So they have the seed round September 20th, the whitelist round on the 21st, the public sale on the 22nd. I'll cut to the chase and tell you, at any of these prices, I am not interested in their IDO. They have very different lockups. So if you take a look here, seed round 40% unlocked to TGE. Public round is 100% unlocked, but it's double the price. And you can get into the seed round if you have a Yaka Voyager NFT, or you were participating in the Great Voyage Participants and some other stuff, right? So I qualify for the seed round. I will not be doing this. The market appetite is just not there. On top of that, if we take a rough estimate and assume that the price will open up at 0.0375 cents for the whitelist round, all you have to do is go to the Yaka Voyage page or Yaka Finance page for campaign. I've linked it. This shows you how many Yaka tokens you will get. I'm getting 7,862. Well, that at that whitelist price is about $300. And you know what I'll be doing? I'll be dumping it right away. There are people online basically gaslighting people, saying if you don't jump into the Yaka Finance IDO, you're not supporting the C ecosystem, and then this will never do well. No, they're just trying to gaslight you into throwing your money away. I really don't think it's a worthwhile use of your funds, and anyone who puts their money in is going to get dumped on by people who farm the testnet, people who have those who got an whitelist mint for the Yaka Voyager, or they have a Yaka Voyager NFT because they get tokens as well, and also those who just put in liquidity to farm this campaign. Why would you want to be dumped on? I would rather wait to just literally buy this at a very cheap price once everyone's done dumping, but that's up to you guys. Okay. The next update as well has to do with the C network. So Jumper has, by the way, I love Jumper. What I will say about them is they are my de facto bridging and swap source. I use them to identify the cheapest options. And because of that, I'm able to gain points, and it's a good product. So I don't really expect an airdrop or a big airdrop per se. I know their founder said, no, we're going to give you access to more features, but they have this super fast. And if you go to your profile, as you can see here, I'm not logged in, so it won't show. I'm like a level 11 right now, but you can do these missions to basically earn some SAY tokens and also earn some XP if you're interested. They're giving up 1.1 million C tokens in incentives. I haven't done it yet, so you guys will have to let me know what you think, but I will be doing some of those. The next update is on Ethena Finance. So this one is a bad update. I got some pretty bad news. The first thing I will say here is, number one, earlier today, the team announced that they've delayed the distribution checker for about a week. So what's happening is you don't get to see how much you qualified for. They shared how many final sats are distributed and sort of 11.63 trillion. How many ENA will be distributed, which is 750. And basically, there's telling you, without telling you, divide your individual sats. So for example, for me, it would have been 3.69 million. Divide that by 11.63 trillion, multiply by 750 million, and that should give you an accurate indicator of your number of ENA tokens you'll get. That being said, this is horrible communication because this was not posted in their announcements. I went on their Twitter. It's not posted anywhere on their Twitter. And it just begs to reason, why wouldn't you use your announcements? They literally shared this within their general chat and hope that people would notice. And this is not the first time. In fact, I reached out to the support team to ask them, how can I have 2,400 USDE in the platform and not have it counted at all for my airdrop? In fact, you have to have a holding requirement. It didn't count. And they're like, well, it doesn't count because it was unlocked, or it was in cooldown because I was withdrawing it from the locked form. And I'm like, where does it say on your blog? They're like, well, we talked about it here and there in the Discord. I'm like, how would anyone know this? Like, the thing is, they told me this yesterday, and I'm literally, after this airdrop is done, I'm never using their platform again. These guys are the worst communicators. this was the last straw. Basically, if you're going to delay something you promised for months, or I think 3 weeks, post this in your announcements. It's not a real big ask. Now, an update that we have for Celestia is the D airdrop, or give some people the D. 17% of these tokens will be distributed through an airdrop. They're saying that Celestia holders will get it. I don't know if that means Celestia stakers or just holders, testnet and mainnet participants. And there's a full testnet guide here for Defund, so you can definitely check this out if you'd like. One thing I will tell you guys is just be very wary. The Cosmos ecosystem has very much underperformed everything else this season. It's like absolutely terrible. Atom is $4, Celestia is $4.30. About 4 months ago, I told you guys when they were both $10 that I was getting rid of all my Atom and putting it into Celestia. So I slightly made out a little better. Wish I just sold it all anyways. I don't hold any Injective. I don't hold any Osmo. I don't hold anything else besides Dimension and Celestia. And they've both also underperformed despite being hybrids that also function in EVM and modular. But if you take a look at Celestia's unlock schedule, right, it's like this CryptoRank website is very good. You can see here October 30th in 50 days, 83.5% of the market cap will increase as they unlock 175 million tokens. And then every single day from that point on, 1 million tokens will be unlocked. It is like so much tokens going to be added over time. And there is literally no desire and no demand. People are gaslighting on Twitter saying that no, everyone who wanted to sell sold. I really don't think so, because the people who are getting their money unlocked, guess what they're going to do? They're likely going to dump too. So I am waiting it out. I think, for example, if the people who are holding Celestia for the most part would have dumped, but I'm trying to earn the Eclipse airdrop. So I'm likely going to unstake my Celestia the first week of October. That gives me the 3 weeks that I need to front run the, these unlocks, these heavy unlocks on October 30th. So that's my plan. And that gives me a better chance of qualifying for any more airdrops. I'm praying Eclipse will count for that. Next update is on Jupiter. So the latest Jupiter DAO vote is now live. As you guys know, we get tons of rewards for participating in governance. This is the first of its kind for a vote in 4 months. So basically there's a podcast. You get to decide if they get some revenue. Go in here and vote. It doesn't matter if you vote for, against, or you abstain. Just make sure you participate. And what that will do is it will at least qualify you for some rewards. This is a thread here from Jesse Soul. Basically got some updates on Jupiter, Magic Eden, Bonk, and Meteora. Jupiter, basically, we've talked about this, but 30% supply reduction on Jupitory, because basically they used to give out 1 billion every Jan 3rd. Now they're giving out 700 million. And, we voted for that. The new airdrop criteria, it's going to still be that you use Jupiter products. So if you haven't already, go in there, use the limit orders, use the swap, use perpetuals, vote in governance. This is very, very important. Just go out there and use their protocol. Like, it's something you can integrate into what you do all the time. Whenever I buy and sell Sol, I swapped PYUSD yesterday. Somebody actually had mentioned, very intelligently so, that I was borrowing USDC on Ethena Finance. I'll just show this right here. I was borrowing USDC and USDT, and they said, hey, you can save a lot of your APR by just borrowing PYUSD. So what I did was I went there and literally I went and borrowed PYUSD. By doing that, I then swapped this for USDC and then still continued on with my trades. That helped me keep the APY low. That also got me another interaction on Jupiter. The next thing here is Magic Eden. As you guys know, Magic Eden's been around forever. They're a big marketplace with a ton of fees. In fact, they have made so much more on fees than Tensor, and Tensor had an incredible airdrop. That being said, Fabiano did a very good post highlighting that basically the Magic Eden fees. A lot of them predated 22, I believe. So the airdrop value, it will be interesting to see because the airdrop value for Tensor was like 230 mil. It's likely that we can see $500 million or a little less of airdrop value for Magic Eden. And you'd sort of know where you stand with the amount of diamonds that you hold in your account. So just so you guys remember, please don't go on Pro Whales Market and start trading one diamond like one token. We're not sure. We're going to find out exactly what it looks like and if they're going to tier the token quantity that you receive or whatever. Right now, the price of the Magic Eden token is sitting at 10 cents on the pre-market. Next up, the next thing he talks about is on Bonk Inu. Basically, you can do a few things, a few attributes before the February 2025 deadline. They're listed right here to qualify. And then Meteora AG, this is something we talk about here and there. It's basically a liquidity pool or liquidity market. Go in there and you can add USDC and USDT to some pools. That's the dynamic pool. You can add USDC and SOL to a pool. Just be wary of impermanent loss, but you can earn points. And this should be a big airdrop because, it's been running for quite a bit of time. I think the speculation here is that it will be out in late 2024 or early 2025. Okay. The next update is on LogX. As you know, if you participated in Orderly Network, LogX is one of the platforms you could use. And we got a bunch of LogX tokens, which for the most part, we were like, we have no idea what's going on here. Well, they finally came out with the tokenomics for it today. 12% is going to Airdrop Season 1, 40% for future community rewards, and sort of the rest going sort of internally. Well, one thing that was very interesting, let me just go to the bottom. The utility of LogX, and this is very new, 100% net revenue share for LogX, which is great. Governance, no one cares. Ecosystem, airdrops, and partner airdrops, chef's kiss. Boosted trading rewards, it's okay if you use LogX. Gas fees, it's okay. It's really these three things that are the most important because these are the three things that would make you hold on to a token. Think about ecosystem airdrops and partner airdrops. Like most people stake airdrops in the Cosmos ecosystem. And then obviously net revenue is fantastic. And the way the net revenue share mechanism works is no matter how they collect trading fees, whether it's perp markets, prediction markets, spot markets, whatever they collect, they're going to pay off their solvers and the remainder will be used to buy back LogX in their centralized exchange or their decentralized exchange. And then 100% of that LogX will be distributed to those who are staking it. So very cool. Will be interesting to see when their eligibility checker goes out. But if you were interested to see what you have right now, go to the app LogX rewards page. Remember, links to everything in the description. You can see how much LogX token you've earned so far. The airdrop season 1 ends today at 23 UTC, which has already passed. And you can see in the bottom how the drop history has worked and you're collecting LogX. And finally, the last update is from Arbitrum. I thought this looked a little sketchy when I first saw this. I saw a couple influencers post about this on the timeline. And this is a free mint you can get at Mint Stylus. Very cheap, uses very little gas. Just to be safe, even though Rabby wallet had no issues, Wallet Guard had no issues, I still chose to mint this on a burner wallet. Obviously you choose to do what you want to do. You go in there, you can mint up to 5. Once you've minted the 5, it'll tell you max mint limit reached. And basically you'll be able to redeem this for merch in the future. Okay. So guys, I hope that helped. Let's check out what's going on here. We got Smushcat. Are you going to hold some of your Yaka airdrop? Are you going to get into the seed round sale? I am not going to hold the Yaka airdrop. I'm dumping all of it. I will not get into the seed round sale. I think the price of the token is going to drop below the seed round sale price. So if you truly want to get some Yaka tokens, just wait for the dumping to finish, then do it. Because remember, if they were doing this in November, I think they would get a way better excitement and hype. Doing it here where liquidity is tight, people are like a little skeptical. I don't think it's worthwhile. Everyone's looking to just dump on each other, take 5-10% and get out. So yeah, hope that helps much. Not financial advice. You check on loop scale, not yet. Give me the loot. I still have to do that. Early alpha, we'll do that. Dumping milk tea as well. I would not hold milk tea. I think any Celestia is not a good thing to hold, in my opinion. I haven't held milk tea since February, when their teammate, or when one of their team members could not confirm for me that I would 100% get every Celestia airdrop. They said they would do what they could. So I don't hold milk tea because that campaign was going on for too long, for too little, and I'd rather just have Celestia. And now I'd rather have neither. What's going on, Luna? Good to see you. Am I selling my Yaka NFTs? No, I'm going to hold on to those. I think they're very undervalued, but those Yaka NFTs are also going to give me a bunch of tokens, which I will sell to also recoup some TOS. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, hit the like button, share this video. Let me know that you enjoyed it by, hitting the like button if you haven't. Again, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.